Trigonometry, Chapter 1, Trigonometric Functions, Section 1, Angles, Video 2, Degree Measure. The series is based on content from Pearson's Trigonometry, 12th edition by Lial, Hornsby, Schneider, and Daniels. The most common unit for measure angles is called a degree. To visualize a degree, imagine an angle whose terminal side makes a complete revolution and hence ends on its initial side. So it makes one complete circle. We assign 360 degrees, denoted with the degree symbol, which looks like a little circle and an exponent right here, as the number of degrees to one complete rotation. Thus, one rotation equals 360 degrees, and hence 1 degree is 1/360th of a rotation. Sometimes a rotation will also be called a revolution. Now, because one rotation equals 360 degrees, we should be familiar with some specific degree measurements. 180 degrees is half of a rotation, a semicircle, if you will. 1/4 of a rotation is 90 degrees. Just make sure you know those two off the top of your head. Now, angles can be categorized based on their measures. An acute angle has a measure between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. So it doesn't quite open up to 90 degrees yet. A right angle has a measure of exactly 90 degrees. So this is a right angle. An obtuse angle has a measure between 90 and 180. So it would open up further than this, but not further than that, somewhere between these two. A straight angle has a measure of exactly 180 degrees. So this is a straight angle because its initial and terminal sides form a straight line. I know all lines are straight, but that's a discussion for a different course. A reflex angle, and this one is not as common, has a measure between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. So in other words, it opens up more than this, but not a complete revolution. All right. Here's an illustration of each type of angle, but I wanted to point out that for a right angle, a small square is drawn at the vertex to indicate 90 degrees. So if you ever see this little square at an angle's vertex, it means I'm a right angle, I am exactly 90 degrees. Now, because we're going to be finding angle measures, we'll encounter variables that represent angle measures. In most math courses, a lowercase Greek letter is typically used to represent an unknown measure. Now, here's a complete list of Greek letters, both upper and lowercase. I don't know them all. I recognize them all, but if I were to cover it up, I couldn't tell you what they all are or the correct order. However, I'm not going to ask you to memorize them all, but you should memorize the most common ones that we will use in this course, and they are lowercase alpha, which looks like a little fish, lowercase beta, which kind of looks like a capital B, lowercase theta, which is a circle with a line through it, lowercase phi or phi, which is a circle with a vertical line through it. Theta has the horizontal line. And sometimes omega, which looks like a lowercase w. I will be using these 5 frequently. If I ever use a different one, I'll be sure to clarify what it is. Now you try. Pause the video and try the following. Classify each angle as acute, right, obtuse, straight, or reflex. If you haven't paused the videos and don't want to see the answers, then you need to pause it because here come the answers.